Welcome back to the 888 Poker Weber Cup here at the Barnsley Metrodome, where the USA lead by the narrowest of margins. Team Europe working a double in the shape of Stuart Williams. Instead, though, leaving a hideous split.
Yeah, Stuart hasn't quite got a line sorted out on this lane. He's been inside, outside, and just hasn't made the pocket. Fortuna doesn't like that one. It's the 4 and the 10 pin, which is a major split. It is makeable, but Mika's got to get that ball so far left and just clip that 4 pin across. Certainly not the easiest to spare. This is probably a 15-20 to 1 shot that he's going to do this. And if he doesn't make it, unfortunately, it's going to be the second open frame for Team Europe at the halfway stage.
Well, that's what he was trying to do, but it was a long shot. So Team Europe's maximum score potential plummets once again, and Team USA in firm control of this one. And a good strike from Chris Barnes last time up, so Fagan will step up again. And despite all the science, Cass, involved in this sport, Mike Fagan said, well, when he was struggling yesterday, he just picked a ball off the floor that he hadn't touched all week and threw a strike with it and stuck with it ever since.
Oh, it's so simple, isn't it? I mean, he could have gone to the local bowling centre, just picked a house ball up and done something with it. But yes, it's unusual that you try something, oh, that's not going to work. Just pick this ball up and throw it, and it's just the right thing. It's amazing. And there you go.
But the fact of the matter is that he did do that. He did think enough about the situation to give that a go.
Well, it may have been a bit of frustration as well, but yeah, as you say, he physically went to the bag, found something else and thought, well, I'll give it a shot, and it worked. Great looking strike here, the high back swing, the great follow through, and that's just perfect.
Well, the Americans have stuck rigidly to a particular line on this pattern. That's going nowhere.
Stuart moved left, way left on the approach, tried to do a bit of coast to coast, had no pace, no power, and unfortunately when he got to the head pin it was a bit of dead as a dodo. No pin reaction, leaves the 8 and the 10. This would be an open frame. Mika could do absolutely nothing about it. And I would suggest that this game is already over, and we're only in frame 6.
Doesn't look too happy, does Mika, with his teammate?
Thing is, you see, if Stuart can't strike, Mika won't get the chance to strike. And unfortunately, Stuart's leaving some tricky spares for Mika to try and pick up. In the meantime, Barnes and Fagan are working on 2 in a row.
Well, that one was wide and Chris Barnes knew it, so just leaving that 10 is not a bad result off that shot.
They don't have to do anything desperate. Spares at the particular time are going to be pretty good.
We've got a Superman family in supporting Chris Barnes. How about this? They've all got the T-shirt, just like Chris Barnes. Been there, seen it, done it, got the T-shirt. Well done, guys. And the 10 taken out. This is all very straightforward for the USA, and in all honesty, Cass, they haven't been put under any pressure in session 4 at all.
No, that's true, and this game just sort of epitomises that. I mean, Team Europe really have failed here. 3 open frames out of 6. Their maximum score is 209 if they can strike out. Well, they've got 3 strikes between them, but 3 monster open frames. Come on, Stu, sink one in there. Well, it certainly wasn't near the pocket, and you can tell that Stuart is pretty much lost on this lane condition. It's freshly dressed, it's 38 feet of oil, but certainly should have sorted this one out perhaps just a little bit earlier.
Well, it's horrible to watch. It's a desperate situation. It's almost like he can't play at the moment. And Mika Koivuniemi not being allowed to play because he's confined to spare duties as the European score disappears. And Koivuniemi just exchanges a quick word with his great mate Chris Barnes. But there's not much else you can do really, is there, than sit back and smile, because Team USA are going to take another point home here.
Yeah, the European guys know that this one's over, and it's so early, which is very disappointing for both the guys, and certainly for the fans in the audience here. Bit of exhibition stuff from Chris Barnes, maybe. And a great looking shot from him, and that will allow Mike Fagan to stand up and be the lead-off.
And a big concern, Cass, is Mika's up next in the singles, and he is not getting to throw his strike ball in this Scotch doubles. He's getting no practice.
What a fabulous point you make, Simon. Yeah, that's absolutely true. He is sitting there and standing there and practicing spare shots.
Finally, he will get a go. And in the nick of time, Stuart Williams with a kind of false-hearted celebration to the crowd. He'll be feeling it here. He'll be hurting.
I'm not sure if that was a ball change or not, but it's certainly a better line. Great reaction. Makes you wonder why perhaps he wasn't there from frame number 1, and his impression of the crucifix goes down quite well.
Fagan looking to pretty much finish the job. Moving into frame 8 for the USA. It's never over until it's over. We know that from Weber Club exploits in the past and at Weber Cup 13.
Simon, this one's over.
I'm trying my best to keep Team Europe in it somehow.
Yes, I think we'll have to regroup and come back for the next match, I think, because this one is done and dusted.
Yes, it would take a quite horrendous mistake by the Americans. And of course, Team Europe would have to keep striking as well, and that's by no means a given. And there we go, right on cue.
Now take my word for it, Simon, this is all over.
I believe you now, Cass.
Okay, thanks. The big four left from Mika Koivuniemi. No, they're not going to worry about it. Let's put this one behind us, move on and see what we can do in the next game. Whether Stuart will even attempt any of these pins, I don't know. Well, he's going hard and fast. Takes just the one, not that it matters. Their score drops to a 163 maximum. Again, that doesn't really matter. This is just another point for the American side, and they will go 15-7 and take an 8-point buffer lead. And this man must be feeling rather pleased with the whole situation.
Yeah, rather unusually, we got the team lineup for Team USA in the booth about 45 minutes before the first game, and normally the captains keep things very close to their chest. Osku didn't hand his lineup in till right before the start, and when Chris Barnes came and talked to us about that, he said, you know, he's not picking the lineup for opposition, he's picking the lineup for the lane condition. Yeah,
and to go out and win straight away from the first step out the trap. Which they've done. It's just been excellent.
Well, that bodes well for the singles for Mika Koivuniemi. Needs to stay on that line. Mika will play against the real deal, Bill O'Neill. As Williams sends another one down. That leaves a 10. Frustratingly.
Spare for 153. We don't even really want to make a comment about that game whatsoever. But we will admire the American side when they stand up to finish the 10th frame. It's potentially a 247 if they can strike out, which is no mean doubles game. Mika just practicing his strike line shot for the next game, so he didn't deliberately go to miss that one. He wasn't shooting at that 10 pin at all. Just wanted to throw a ball that potentially could have hit the 1-3 pocket.
Well, every picture tells a story, and the body language between the two European players giving us an ideal indication of just how they feel now. And this Barnsley crowd very sportingly getting behind the American. And Fagan getting into the pins.
Well, this is great bowling from two good friends from Texas, and they're encouraging one another as they go along. Both natural strike makers, and both getting into this with the large crowd here at the Barnsley Metrodome.
There'll be a few laughs about that one between Chris and Mike.
Only 9? Oh, crikey, what's going on?
Well, I was just going to say, he thought he'd blown it in the baker, didn't he, Chris Barnes? So he's got away with a couple of things today.
Kind of keeping up the Team USA average. spare here for 2:36. It's a great game, and it's another point.
Trick shot. We like that from the king of swing. What a finish. And I know Superman didn't have a sidekick, but Mike Fagan doing a pretty good job of trying to be one. And the USA move ever further ahead in Weber Cup 13. 2:36, plays 1:52 in that match, a demolition job. And overall in Weber Cup 13, it certainly is a destruction by Team USA. So confirmation that this is a fantastic session for Team USA, the holders of the Weber Cup, marching onwards to retaining that trophy. And Tony Wrighton is with Barnes and Fagan.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. Mike, Chris, you look, well, not like you were enjoying it, but just like you feel so relaxed on this lane in Barnsley now.
Yeah, we've got the momentum going in our favor right now, and you know, we just want to keep the ball rolling, literally. And you know, I think we're getting ourselves close, and now we've got to put it in the hands of Bill O'Neill in the next match.
I'm right in saying you two are pretty much neighbours in Texas, aren't you? Was it almost just like just having a bit of a laugh with your friends at home on the lanes, just chilling out? You look so calm here.
Well, the four of us do, you know, our whole team, even though Mike and I live the closest, but we're all good friends, and we bowl together a lot within the national team, and so communication is key. Earlier, I might have helped him a little bit. Here, he was trying to get me kicked over to the right spot and out of his way so he could actually throw a couple of strike balls. So, yeah, we have a good time when we bowl together, and especially when you're winning. It's always more fun then.
And now, just 2 points, you could potentially wrap it up in session 4.
Yeah, it's all up to Bill O'Neill. I hope he doesn't let us down.
Well done to the both of you. Thanks very much indeed. Another point for the Americans. Yes, Bill O'Neill is coming up in our next game. The Americans need just 2 more points to win this year's Weber Cup. The Europeans need a miracle.